So thank you everybody for joining us for our session this afternoon. I thought because it's right before Halloween, I'd be a little festive with my background. Today we're going to be going over Resource Depot, everything that they have to offer us. I did put the sign in the chat. I did pin it. If not, go ahead and use the QR code to sign in. This is how we do collect attendance. If you forget or you can't, that is okay. We do get the Google attendance sheet as well. So I'll leave this up for just a minute. And I will make sure that for those of you that just joined us, you also have the link in the chat box. The link to sign in is pinned at the top of the chat, just in case you come in later on or you can't sign in because I'm going to be moving the screen. But just know that it's linked at the top of the page for you to sign in. There are many of us on here this afternoon, which is very exciting. Todd LeVogue spoke very highly of Resource Depot. So I'm glad that you all took his words and came to join us today. Because there are a lot of us on here, please make sure that you stay on mute unless you want to unmute yourself and ask a question, or you can go ahead and click on the hand on the bottom of the screen to let us know you have a question, and then you can unmute there as well. So like I said, today we are going over Resource Depot and everything that they have for our schools. And we are joined with Chelsea Odom, their representative, and I'm going to turn it over to her. And welcome, and I'll give you a second to share your screen and your presentation with us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And you might have to give me a second. My familiarity with Teams is not as much.
If you go on the bottom, there's a box with an arrow in it that says present now. When you click on it, it's going to say present now. And then it's going to ask you, what do you want to present?
There we go. I got it. All right. All right. Can everybody see that good?
Yes.
Let me actually.
You can make it bigger, but yes.
Oh, how do I do that? Hold on 1 second. That's what I do.
You might be able to click on slideshow at the top to make it bigger.
That is right. There we go. Thank you. Sorry.
That's all right.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm super excited to talk to all of you. I can't see the chat right now, but I will, if anyone has questions, I will make sure I attempt to answer them. Again, my name is Chelsea Odom. I'm the Director of Education and Artist Relations here at Resource Depot. I apologize ahead of time for any background noise. I'm in our space, so there's just noise that happens. In case you guys don't know, Resource Depot is a local nonprofit, and what we try and do is get people to think about the stuff that they use and how they use it, and how that can be reused. So everybody makes waste. Everyone has garbage. And what we're asking people to think about is the choices they make. So how much garbage do you make? And how can you dispose of it? And could there be less based on the choices, shopping choices that you make, and those sort of things? There's a whole bunch of lovely catastrophic consumerism statistics out there, which are on the screen. I'm not going to read all of them, but some 9,000 pounds of trash for future generations, all plastic that we've ever made, unless we send it to outer space, is still on this earth in some way or another. It might just be really, really tiny. So lots of scary things. And everything that you make goes somewhere. It doesn't just disappear. It either is going to what we call a landfill, or it's being burned and then going into the landfill, which is how Palm Beach County operates. So what we're trying to do is just educate on where stuff is going and how people could do stuff a little bit differently. And then we're also have reuse retail. So one thing I like to talk to people about is how long it takes things to decompose.
Chelsea, if you're going through your slideshow, we can't see it. We only see the first part. We only see your opening screen. There you go.
Huh. Okay. Why does it not want me to present it? So you can't see the next slide.
No, no, you just have to, I guess, click down maybe.
Huh.
Or at the top, it might say something that says share this screen instead at the very top of your window. But you can do this too. Just click through it. We can see it.
It's not ideal. Hold on. Now I lost where I am. Now I am lost. Hold on.
You were going to show us how long it takes for something to decompose.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to. I'm stuck. There I am. Okay, sorry. I was minimized. I don't know why. Stop presenting. Hold on, let me try again. Window. That one. Share. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm feeling a little stuck here. I can't make it.
It's there. If you look on the very bottom, there's like the very bottom. There's like it looks like a wine glass, but I know it's like a screen with a line in the middle of it. If you click on that, by the 33%, go down, go over, down. There's like that.
I am only seeing the Teams window. I can't see, like I can't. Disappearing link stickers.
So you can click back to your presentation.
So when I do that, it doesn't let me, like that's how I had clicked it and I was showing, but you guys still can't see that.
We see your screen that says catastrophic consumerism. But when you click to the next, we don't see it unless you just
You don't see anything?
When you were talking about your other slide, but you can continue because we see this slide.
You can see it now.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know then. All right. I will just continue going. Sorry about that. So, yes, how long it takes stuff to decompose. We usually talk about this to try and just get a connection with people because a lot of these things are items that they use and may or may not realize how long it really takes stuff to decompose. Like apple cores takes 2 months and people think apple cores, they throw it on the ground and it's just going to disappear. 2 months is still a long time. And then you're thinking about a plastic item that takes possibly forever, 400, 500 years. So just getting people to be a little bit more considerate and understand why we should try and recycle and dispose things the right way. The biggest problem that we have with stuff is that a lot of the things that are ending up where they're not supposed to are single-use items. As you guys can see, I hope you can see this one, right? The items most collected on beach cleanups are single-use things, cigarette butts, food wrappers, stuff that maybe we don't need to be using. So we're trying to get people to think, reduce their waste in the first place, and then try and recycle it, because waste is only wasted if we waste it. So we're rethinking things. That's what we're trying to do with our educational programs. We have a physical location in West Palm Beach. We have moved over 1,000 pounds of material out of the waste stream. It's our location. We're in this big gray warehouse building. are right next to a Composition Coffee and Rust and Wax, lots of other things nearby. So we also have reused retail. So as people that are in your school system, we also take donations from schools. So if you guys have materials that you're no longer using, but other schools can make use of, we are a place to donate. You can come and shop our materials. So not only are we trying to educate people, but we have a location for stuff to be reused and reconsumed. So we have our materials marketplace, and you guys could come and shop. If you needed something for a project you had coming up, we do have a lot of books, manipulatives, office supplies, art supplies, and you can come and get stuff. A big bin is $10 and a little bin is $5. We also have a store where stuff's individually priced for more unique items or handmade things. And if you guys have your school ID, you would get 15% off on your purchases as well. We also have a create space, so we do field trips with school groups, and we have done them with adults as well. So they're during school hours, and we have a session that focuses on plastic, one that focuses on paper and trees, one that focuses on fabric. So a hands-on activity. We also have a gallery space, which features all upcycled local artists. So any artist that reuses within their work. So just kind of showing a different way to upcycle other than the practical or like craft. One thing that's super beneficial, and I know a lot of people within our school system are super resourceful anyways, but the idea of why you should be reusing, whether it's in the media center, in a classroom setting, not only does, obviously it stretches the dollar, so you can do things for a lot less. It's helping resources, but it also encourages individuals to think more critically if they have to find an item that isn't something they're used to making with or working with. Just gets people to think a little bit differently. Creative reuse. So we use the term upcycling. Repurposed, reused is not the same as recycling. It's something we talk about very often. So we're trying to minimize the waste disposal, reduce consumption of new resources, and promote sustainable practices. Some little examples are there. Again, our field trip experiences. We also have starter and stream kits. I believe we're going to do a project later on with you guys with some of our gallery kits. So the whole point of these is to make upcycle materials. They have lesson plans. So some of them you could order individually, and then we give away 400 to 500 kits every year. And it's all just getting reused materials in the hands of our students in the classroom. We also do an after-school program. If anyone's involved in their after-school programs, we are part of Primetime in Palm Beach County. So we do 6 one-hour sessions, and they're all environmentally minded, trying to get kids to think about where their waste is going, how they could make different choices, and then they do a hands-on project in regards to whatever they learn in that session. It's a really fun program. If you touch anything in the after-school realm, it's free, it's grant funded. We do charge for our field trips. It's about $5 a person, roughly. We also have a student catwalk fashion program that's coming up. If you know any students or teachers that are interested in fashion, that they can spread that on to their teachers. It is an open call for middle and high school students. They repurpose materials. We do a runway. We do about 6 workshops with them, and then their work is on display in our gallery. We do community workshops. So if you guys on the weekend are looking for something to do, we have family workshops, adult workshops, all involved around upcycling. Different things that you could do within your own personal life or at school is become a conscious consumer. So if you have to order things for the media center, thinking about like, how could they be more environmentally friendly? Do they have a recycled option or a refillable option, like for dry erase markers, those sort of things. So buying better, buying secondhand, which is hard through the school district, but on a personal way, if you can buy secondhand, that's always better because it's already an item that's been made. It's not drawing on new, fresh resources from our planet. And refuse, reduce, reuse, and recycle are the main things that we're trying to talk about. We also have an enough pledge on our website. So it has helpful suggestions on ways that you can change things in your life, and you can sort of pledge to ditch plastic or start taking a reusable bag or a reusable water bottle. So take your own little pledge, and it gives you suggestions, and then share that kind of lifestyle with your friends and family. I always call it a positive propaganda gift giving too, getting people to do different things. So for the classroom or in the media center, are there different ways that you could be using found materials to organize, come up with a project plan, a display perhaps? Lots of public art projects are with reused material, different kinds of containers, storage. STEAM projects are really great at making use of upcycled materials. These are little drawing bots with old strawberry containers and motors. Musical instruments, talking about the food chain with little cups. I also think literature applies itself really well to reuse. I know growing up, we always had literature projects and making like dioramas out of shoeboxes and things like that lend themselves. Spelling, different cups. Again, some more literature-based themed projects, which I think are super fun for you to make if you had that kind of time, or for students to make if they're doing projects with you. Found word poetry, if you have any books that you're purging. I know a lot of people are against doing things to books, but if they're damaged, we have a lot of things where they're on their last leg and someone was going to recycle them. So we have book pages available if you don't have books that you want to be torn apart. But found book poetry is a really wonderful, fun project to do for adults as well. It's a good team building thing to give somebody a random book page and have them make a poem out of it. Nice math projects. Toilet paper tubes are like the mecca of upcycled material, and we have bags of them. Old cups, science projects. That's my reach at social studies, which is challenging. Free building, so giving somebody a raw material and asking them to build something, little towns, a roller coaster. It challenges the brains in different ways. Again, some more math, manipulative, science-based. Here's things that are magnetic. Boats, making boats, little watercrafts, different ways to use plastic bottles, more musical instruments, some more science stuff. Anything can become a planter. If your school has a garden, there's some old floppy disks if you unearth any of those. Outer space, exploding paint, science projects. We do a catapult project. We do catapult painting, which is really fun. Taking old technology apart sometimes is a really great way for students to learn how something works if you have old media within the school system. So not only do we want everyone to be thinking about the stuff they could come to us and get, but also the stuff that you already have on campus. If you're purging a bunch of old technology, could the students work to take it apart and make something with it as opposed to it being recycled? Some holidays coming up, reuse materials for decorations, fabric collage. So those were some ideas for the classroom, perhaps, or your space in the library. But also at home, how could you be reusing stasher bags, things instead of regular Ziplocs, reusable diapers. I use them with my daughter, carrying around a cup for coffee, water, produce. They even have reusable Q-tips, which seems gross, but you just wash them. It's no different than like a toothbrush. Reusable cutlery. The grocery store is a really big one where we can make some shifts and changes. So trying to find fruits and vegetables that aren't wrapped in plastic. Other items that maybe are in bulk versus single serve. And then beauty, the kitchen, they make feminine products, period products that are reusable. They have plastic-free bar soap and shampoo, which is a really lovely, I use it, it works really great. And then there's no plastic bottle that you have to recycle or throw away later. Non-disposable razors, not only do you save a bunch of money. It's not putting plastic out into the waste stream. Toothbrushes that aren't plastic, they have floss that isn't plastic that you can buy in bulk and put into a container every time you use it. Again, buying in bulk. Instead of using paper towels to clean, can you use cloth? If you have vinegar, salt, baking soda, lemon, you have most of the cleaning products you'll ever need, and they are not harmful. Everything that you put onto your skin and onto your countertops and in your clothes goes down into our water stream. So being conscious of those kinds of things. For you guys, we also have a virtual resources page. So it's listed out by age. And then there are little lesson plans with activities and upcycled supply list on there, and some other resources as well. That is free on our website. And again, our kits, we will be distributing those soon. They will be live on our website, and schools can apply to get them. So if you know any teachers that would be interested, they are a lot of fun. And that is our location. We are in West Palm. I think that's the end of my slideshow.
So we couldn't.
Could you guys not see anything?
Not see anything, but it was all, we heard it all. And if you could.
But I have such pretty pictures.
Oh,
I don't understand
this. You can send the presentation to Kimberly, and then we'll send it out when we do our recap video.
I will do that.
Along with this. That way everybody can see it. But if you could just take a minute and say the address of Resource Depot, so that everybody can hear it or write it down if they need to. We'll put it in the chat box as well.
Yeah, I can just type it in the chat. I'm really disappointed. I have a nice slideshow. I don't know why I can't get that to work.
You're not the only person. I know this happened to last year with the public library as well. I don't know if it's.
We recently made the switch from Zoom to Teams, so we're still learning Teams.
Yeah, well, we're not even in Teams, we're in Google.
Oh,
so
that's probably another reason I don't understand it.
Right. It gets confusing, but definitely send it to Kimberly, and we will get it sent out to everybody so that they can see it.
Yes, there's lots of pictures.
Okay, yeah, great. I think our chat has gone to a place that we've never gone before, talking about recycling items and
let's see,
reusable, and hopefully we'll keep this between us. But right now, are there any questions?
Yes, I had lots of pictures of those kinds of items. Diva cups are wonderful. I agree. Way better than tampons. Sorry, any men on the chat?
It's all right. Any questions? Anybody want to unmute? And like I said, we'll share out your presentation. So if there's any other questions pertaining to Resource Depot, remember you can go if you need stuff for your STEM space, your maker space area. You can go pick up a bin of supplies, or you can go specifically look for what you need if you're doing a project.
Guys decorate the media centers or bulletin boards. We have decorations, holiday decorations. Halloween currently is 50% off. Christmas will be opening. Winter holidays will be opening up November 9th. Christmas will be out. And you get 15%.
What are your hours? When are you open?
Our hours? That's a good question. It was in a picture, but you couldn't see it. So we are open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sorry, we're not open at 9. We're open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Saturdays, we're open 9 to 2.
Perfect. All right. So anything else for Chelsea? Again, you did a great job with the tech issues.
I did a horrible job. You couldn't see my presentation.
No, but what you said was great. So we got a lot out of it from your words. And then, like I said, they'll see the pictures another time. We're going to continue on with our presentation. And if anyone has any questions, please continue to put it in the chat. And Chelsea will get to you when she can. So there is still time to join us for November 5th, next Tuesday. It is our workshop with the social studies team. This is primarily for our secondary teachers, middle school and high school, to learn how to sort of collaborate with your classroom social studies teachers and also give you insight on all the resources the district has for you and for them. And then also we have Fern who's going to go over with you just sort of the ins and outs of looking at material, just in case a teacher needs you to vet something social studies wise, and maybe you can help direct them to more of a use this that we have already type of situation. Robin from Gale is going to be here. And then also they will be providing lunch for us. If you are coming, please make sure that you do find a way to vote or vote beforehand. If you cannot make it for the whole day, just come for part of the day. It's going to be a great time. There is still time. Also, do not forget that the deadline is November 22nd, which is right before we go for Thanksgiving break to complete and place your 8430 order. We have a wide range of materials from teacher materials to curriculum materials. So make sure if you have not made your selection yet that you do that by November 22nd. Continue to tag us in your posts on X or Twitter. We loved seeing everybody's read for the record pictures and all the different things that you are doing. I know that the time has come sort of we're in the holiday season where a lot of activities are going to take place, especially during November and December. So continue tagging us. We love to see it. And if you have not done so already, please make sure that you join Emma. They are our advocacy group, and not only do they help support you with leadership, administration, but they also provide opportunities for you to collaborate with other media specialists. And there's also ways to get involved and go to little happy hours and sort of meet and greet everybody, and you're not on the island by yourself. So if you've not done so, please, please, please reach out to them or join if you have not done so. This is a PLC type of meeting, so it's going to be worth 20 points at the end of the school year. If you need certification points, please make sure that you sign up to make sure that you get your points. And there'll be one follow-up activity for the end of the year, and you have to do the activity in order to earn the 20 points. Next week, we are going to be joined by Lisa Seymour. Those of you that have been working here, you obviously know that name, but she is still on the board for the Florida Power Library School Committee. So she's going to be joining us to give us more information on what we can do and how to sign up and hopefully have some of our schools win it this year. So if you're thinking about joining, or you want to think about in the future of maybe signing up and electing to have your school be considered as a Florida Power Library school, it's going to be a great session, and that is November 12th. So that's it for us today. Are there any questions for the good of the order? All right, well, thank you everybody for joining us. We will, like I said, send out the presentation with the recap video so that you have a chance to actually look at the presentation and see all the wonderful pictures and information that was provided. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop recording.